I just want to kill people. I don't need to explain myself at all. This is a new map. Double damage. I deal double damage to shit. Shit deals double damage to me. So you know it's favorable for me. But, you know. Just wanted a chill experience. Maybe later down the line that I will do some PvP. But I do want to finish Devil May Cry and Besieged first. But till then, I'm going to play this. For anyone that actually does watch this type of shit, I'm planning to play some Terraria on Expert with a few friends. I'm actually pretty keen and excited for that. Because, you know, it's been a while that I could just play like games with friends and chill out. Ooh. This game has consumed my life for a little while, but now that it's done, I just kind of want to move on. Is this easy mode? Ooh. On random notes, the new Overwatch cinematic trailer thingy came out for Junker Queen. I'm not gonna lie, Junker Queen, the concept of her and everything, I fucking love it. I just did not like the character. Like the concept of the character I loved. I don't know, it took me a while to come to terms and realization. I did not like the voice actors. Cause it's like, look, I'm not gonna sit here and say my Australian accent is some fucking like God's gift to humanity or anything, but there was a certain level of shitty American like understanding of the. No, you don't get that. Oh, it doesn't receive any damage. Interesting. Ooh. Yo. You'll spin my head. Oh, fuck. I do a lot of damage to these motherfuckers. Motherfucker. Ooh. Bitch. Bitch. Is this easy mode? Hi ho, hi ho, on the way we go. Oh, you can't track them when you're here. Interesting. So I do want to play on some PvP servers and shit like that later down the line, but we're just gonna put this here for now. But the issue is that I don't want to jump onto a PvP server by myself and get jumped and just get massacred. Doesn't sound fun to me. I want to kind of play with some friends and then jump people and murder them and laugh. Oh, do you do bonus damage when you're on the halls? Also, how the fuck do you get up there? You know what? Got no clue. I'm not in combat.
I bet your head's worth a lot.
You know what? Fuck it. You know what, Jade? We are gonna fight.
One shot, one.
Fuck you, motherfucker. Can you like come back here?
One shot, one.
Oh fuck. Am I just getting my ass handled to me? Ass handled to me? Yes. I speak English. Ooh. Holy shit. This chick is fucking nuts. The amount of fucking damage she just always does. Like, fucking hell. Oh fuck. Completely forgot about this being a mechanic.
One shot, one.
Your one shot, one kill doesn't fucking apply to rocks, bitch. Woo! You think this is cheesy? This ain't cheesy. This is tactics. Fuck.
Dance for me.
I'd rather not. I'm not a hooker. Oh, fuck. Ooh. No! No!
One kill.
Suck on these titties. Oh, what? What? Motherfucker, can you just stop throwing shit everywhere? It's called pollution, bitch. Ooh, running away like a bitch. Oh, fuck.
Dance for me.
I'd rather not. Do you need voice lines?
You're done.
Fuck. Should I do this? Probably not. Woo! Come in. Come into the... Come into the light! Easy. What's your war crime? You sparkle in the sun? I watched Twilight and I enjoyed it. Also, if the joke wasn't obvious, going into town and mass slaughtering people. With a hammer. That's a war crime? It is a war crime, eh? Is this easy mode? I meant watching Twilight. Is it worse if I say that I loved it and I read all 4 books 5 times each? Does that make me a lesser human being? Tell it to me straight, doctor. No? Okay, I'll take it. Crime is a crime. You know what? I respect that opinion. It can be a drop. You can kill 1 person or 1,000. A crime's a crime. You know what? I've already dipped my toes in. Might as well go full balls deep. With that statement, he continued to watch the entire Twilight. They made 4 movies, or I feel like they made like the 4th movie into a part 1 and part 2. Am I correct here? I never wound up watching past the 1st movie because they kind of sucked balls. But because I'm already a war criminal, I might as well just lean into that shit, you know? Oh, fuck. Dodge! Fuck! Ooh! Oh my god. The funny part, I killed Jade, kiting her around the same rock you did. Dude, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna level with you. I finished this game. I've already played it with the base settings, PvE solo, and this map is double damage. So I deal double damage to everything, and everyone does double damage to me, which, you know, I feel like is more beneficial to the player than to the NPCs. But how the fuck are you supposed to fight Jade without some amount of cheese? Bitch has got a hit scan fucking gun that it doesn't matter how you dodge, and it goes through trees and rocks. You don't. So you gotta fucking ring around the rosy Resident Evil style with that bitch. And I'm like, here. Am I dumb? Or am I fucking playing to the game dev's intentions? Fucking people didn't ask that question now, did they? I'm asking the right questions here. Ah, fucking Meredith. What am I doing? What am I doing? I was here for some reason. Yes. If you don't like, you lose. If you don't cut, you lose. That's the thing. I heard that that fight gets nutty as fuck when you're like playing with multiple people. Because I heard like the AI of everything like adapts and becomes a lot more advanced. And of course the damage ramps up and everything. So I'm kind of curious how that fight would actually wind up being like if I was playing with a bunch of friends. Sadly, none of my friends want to play this game with me. Rip. Ripperoni. Time to get new friends. So why did you break up with all your friends? They didn't want to play V Rising with me. Was that an adequate yes. But have you? Yes. I haven't. Yes. Is that yes? Well, I know where my fucking loyalty stand. Hiding it in something new. It's been since WoW. So you're saying that a lot of the fucking fights in WoW wound up being you do ring around. Look. There is a difference between stutter stepping, kiting, and doing the ring around the rosy around a like unbreakable object or like impossible object, because that shit's cheese. I feel like that's kind of bad game design. Well, good news. Ah, you have smart friends. Smart friends because they don't want to play with me? Yikes. Fucking just digging in the knife and fucking twisting, man. That shit's pretty yikes, bro. Never thought I'd get like fucking punked ass bitched on my fucking stream. What the fuck? I see. Cool. Yeah, people hate cheese. Oh, wait a minute. I will say cheese is some of the best parts of games. Okay, this is a bit of a problem. To explain, I love this game, and I made a review of it, but my two biggest gripes about this motherfucking game is that it does zero effort to try to explain how you progress in the mid game, because everything's fucking locked behind schematics and scrolls, which take 30 minutes to fucking farm 75 so you can do one hit of RNG based off, you know, you're either going to get cosmetics or you're either going to get the fucking armor that you need so you can fight the next V-Blood. So, you know, I cracked and I said, fuck this shit. I'm amping drop rates and refinement rates to like 500% and 0. Which has led to an interesting bug. Research cost should still be better. Yep. That should fix it. Which led to an interesting bug where things just auto-craft at 0. And I'm like, fair. That's why after first full run, I did another run with all the research stuff unlocked. Dude, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Plainly Aces, I feel you, brother. We the same. Because it's like the game's so good, and I'm like, bro, guys, like I don't want to PvP and get my ass ripped apart by just that Pornhub meme of 4 dudes just gangbanging me. Like that doesn't sound like fun. But I enjoy the fights, I enjoy the exploration and using skills and diversity and all that sort of stuff, although Chaos Foley is broken. But, you know, it's fun. You know what's not fun? Bombing the same round for 20 minutes and doing that 40 fucking times so I can get enough fucking progress so I can actually get to the next V-Blood. Shit was not designed with PvE in retrospect, and if what the fuck's going on here? That wasn't just me, right? That was caught on stream, or was I fucking delirious? That was not delirious. Right? I'm confused. I'm scared. You're not the same. I don't watch Twilight. Trying to pull the fucking card on me. I know for a fact that if I fucking doxed you, that I'll find evidence that you watched. What's that fucking movie? Something Gray. That all the horny fucking like moms like jacked off to. 50 Shades of Grey, yes. I'm a average chat Twilight lover. You're a degenerate 50 Shades of Grey lover. I don't need any fucking evidence to prove my point. I know that for a fact. Twilight porn version doesn't count. You know what? It just dawned upon me that there's probably a fuck ton of Twilight porn out there. Because unlike a connoisseur such as yourself, I never took the time to consider that, you know, I could watch Twilight porn. To be fair, if it exists, there is a porn of it. That part I get, but I don't know. It didn't click until now. It's just like, wait, there probably is Twilight porn, eh? Do I need to build anything out of this shit? I don't know. Oh, serious. Never saw 50 Shades? To be fair, I never did either. I read, like... I was curious because I was working, and one of the mothers that I was working for... Because I used to do support work. So going to people's houses, helping with kids or, you know, special needs and all that. And there was the chapter of 50 Shades of Grey while I was looking out for the kid. I'm like, look. Is this the right book to read in front of kids? No. But if it's out fucking in the open right next to the kid, clearly the mom does it. So like, I was like, does this go up against TSA? I don't fucking know. So I just read snippets of it, and I was like, bruh, this porn, like, was written like dog shit. At least Twilight had vampires killing each other. What the fuck is this shit? Do people actually jack off to this crap? The answer is yes. And I was like, man. I'm gonna have to pray. Fuck. This shit is sad. Each to their own. I am very open to have an argument with a very angry housewife how it is the greatest literary masterpiece to have ever graced the pages of a book. I'm very willing to argue with that because I feel like that'd be really interesting. You really think that kids will grab a book while they have access to iPads, phones, and consoles? I doubt it. No, I know for a fact that they don't. That wasn't the point. It was more, you know. Dude, I hate that. Memes aside. Parents that give, like, I get it that you're tired working double jobs, working for corrupt corporations that absolutely ass fuck you in terms of funds and everything is jacking up so you don't have money. Or the attention to be able to take care of your fucking 2 kids that are like giving you a mental breakdown. So you're like, fuck it, just take the iPad, play some Roblox. Like, I get it. Doesn't make it the right decision. But it's kind of like a hard one. Because like, unless you have kids, it's like, it's fucking easy to judge. But man, the amount of kids that I see that are like, were neglected. Like, it kind of made me wonder, I was like, is this what I'm going to be like if I'm a parent? Because, you know, it's easy to judge, but fuck, when you're put in their shoes, you're like, can you do better? And I'm like, you know what? I can't give you an answer to that one, so I'm just going to shut the fuck up. But yeah, enough of depressing stuff, because I'm sure you're not here for that. What brings you to the specific dregs of the bottom of Twitch, my dear fellow? I'm sure that there's plenty of better streamers to watch. Because I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm killing something, right? Onwards! Part C? Meredith. Gold bitch. I remember. Yes, the mood. What? Did I fucking lose track of what I said? The mood? Because you enjoy the dregs of society pretending that they're streaming? Or that you just didn't want to deal with people constantly PvPing and be like, this shit is OP. Which, honestly, I have no idea how PvP actually functions. I personally feel that it's just everyone spamming the living fuck out of Chaos Volley. No, actually. I am like 99% sure that they probably do ice, like 1 to 2 people would frost, freeze, and then the rest would have Scholar Blood, and then burst bitches. Like one-shot combos. Like, I'm like 99% sure that's probably what PvP is for the majority of it. Like, weapons suck. They just all in on fucking magic. Am I wrong? You killing the mood? Yes, the mood. Oh, I'm killing the mood. Gotcha. Okay. What mood? I don't have a mood. I'm bringing down the vibes. Do you watch PvP? Because I'm actually curious. Am I right? I only tried solo PvP. Okay. That's fair. I was on the forums for a bit, and then people were like, I don't like how people, like, you know, came into my castle and broke my shit and stole all my stuff. And I'm like, weren't you playing a PvP server? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, that's like going into war and then complaining that the enemy shot you. I'm like, bruh, the fuck? Fair game, isn't it? Anyways, me to death. After a while, I had to leave because some people were tearing and the admin never showed up. And then I heard how those who team up, and after I knew that that was the admin. Wait, what? Oh, so you're saying on your server about... Oh, so you're playing on like a group server. And then like the admin was doing nothing to prevent shit. And then you're saying that you eventually just left because you're like, fuck this shit. That's fair. I always knew that like people are shit at their jobs. Not like as a baseline. So I had no expectation. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm just making a private game. Which sucks because thralls are functionally useless. Okay. The admin was teaming. What does that mean? Do you mean that he was griefing other people in a PvP server or in a PvE server? He was trolling the whole server? Okay. But here's the thing. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and I'm gonna guess you're 20 something-ish years old. Isn't people trolling on servers like the baseline? Isn't it normal to just expect that if you're playing on a server, you're gonna get griefed the living fuck out of? Or am I just like talking out of my complete ass? Because when I hear a person be like, I was playing on PvP and I got absolutely ass fucked by like the admins, I'm like, you mean how that happens like with every fucking game? They're like, no, but they said it was gonna be different. That's like Bezos saying that he's a good person. Of course he says that. Fuck, what are you doing? Woo! What shot? What are you shooting at, bitch? Guide my arrows. Bruh. Bruh. Oh, you can actually aim. What? No. What are you shooting at? Bitch, are you okay? Like legit. You need help? Like I don't even want to dodge. I just feel sad. Did you see that shit? It was solo play. And in the description it said teaming is not allowed. That was the only reason I joined that server. So you mean it was PvE? Wait. You're saying things that confuse me. PvP solo play. Okay, you're not 20. So you're higher or lower. But like once again, what does solo play on a PvP server even mean? You can interact with other people, but they can't do damage to your castle and they can't kill you? So you're just functionally playing with a bunch of other people, but they don't do anything. Then what's the difference between a PvE server? I'm confused here. Merciless. Alright, I'm actually generally curious what this shit means. No porn. Fuck. Yeah, I jack off the Sun Tzu. What of it? V Rising solo play PvP. No, I'm not gonna accept your cookies. Fuck off. Except standard PvP mode in V Rising is identical to PvE, except you're not allowed to engage in vampire on vampire combat with other players. You'll also be able to raid players' castles and loot some of their resources. So not all, just some. Full loot PvP is somewhat of an upgrade to standard PvP in V Rising, and it's a lot more high stakes for anyone on the server too. In this mode, the rules are the same as PvP, except you're going to be able to loot a lot more from fellow vampires. So there's a limit to how much you can loot. Okay, in full loot PvP, the clue is in the name. If you have to kill and buy another player, your entire inventory is dropped. All right. So clearly, after a while, I had to leave because some people were teaming and admin never showed up. And I heard how those would team up. And after I knew that was the admin, and the admin was. So you're saying you played on a 1v1 like PvP server, and then people just started teaming up and killing people as a group, anyways, and the admin was trolling. Yeah, that still fucking checks out to me. Like, I wouldn't trust anyone on the fucking internet. They'd be like, I don't know. I'm just old. I've been trolled way too many times at a baseline to never fucking believe a single word a person says. I especially doubt it when people are nice. I'm like, what the fuck are you selling? I know you're peddling deception. Outside of that, I fucking don't know. Meh. Anyways. Nice meeting you, Plainly Aces. I have no idea if you left or were there, but it was nice. What a giga chat. The average 50 Shades of Grey enjoyer. The lowly Twilight enthusiast. I'm funny. Fucking laugh. Ooh, stone. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Okay, back. Wait, what? You were gone for a while? Did you hear that entire conversation? What a scumbag. Lurkin. When I go AFK, I don't announce it. No, dude, I literally don't care. It was just more, I was just like, oh, I think he's gone. Oh, else. And you know, you don't have to come back. It was just kind of like, oh. I thought we were having a rapport. You didn't miss much. I was just shit talking you. Okay, what am I doing? Getting more iron, I guess. What else is new? You know what? I don't know. What else is actually new? I'm kind of curious, because let's be real. The majority of the V-bosses before the top 3 to 4. Actually, now I think about it. The only really difficult bosses started with this cunt. Fuck, this fight was shitty. God, I gotta say, like, regardless of how much I have issues with some of the design choices, the boss fights fucking make up for it. Oh yeah, but there's like everything is about dodging. Actually, yeah, if you really think about it, most gameplays function to kill the fucking thing before it kills you. And how do you defend? You either get more HP, get more gear, fucking brute force it, or dodge or deflect. That's like it's like gaming 101 principles across the board. I'm just saying, as a person of a casual Diablo 3 enjoyer that used to enjoy the just dodge the same fucking attack over and over again for 2,000 hours, they were a bit fucking creative with this game. I kinda liked it. I kinda died a lot, which I was like, damn, this shit doesn't happen in Diablo 3. You just kinda was like, well, my gear couldn't like withstand the one shot, so I have to gear up a bit more. Yeah, most gamers are this way. Oh yeah, compared to Diablo, I like V-Rising way more. Yeah, dude, I played. Okay, like I said, I played Diablo 3 a fuck ton. I'm not one of those giga chads that started off with Diablo 2. I could never get into it because, you know, being a kid and all, I was just like, this game's graphics looks like shit, and I was like, huh. But I do want to revisit it eventually. But yeah, I played some Diablo Immortal. Bro, holy fuck. I played Diablo 3 for 2,000 fucking hours. It took me 5 minutes to be like, all the skills are the same. The character models are functionally the same with a few tweaks. All the mob types are the same. Their attack patterns are the same. The maps are the same. This is the Diablo 3 reskin. And you have to pay $10,000 to be able to get the fucking endgame. I'm like, Blizzard. Like, I get it that you're cunts. How the fuck did this take you 4 years to develop? You literally reskinned Diablo 3 for mobile. You lazy fucking shitheads. God damn, it made me mad. Like, I played for like an hour and I was like, I'm out. I can't deal with this dog shit. Of course, you're like, hey. Not sparkle. I like them to twinkle. If you're gonna insult me or try to on my flavor text, at least get it fucking right, you scrub. Is it twinkle or sparkle? Actually, I have a feeling that you probably might be right. Maybe it's sparkle. The average 50 grade, like, enjoyer fucking school's Twilight enthusiast. Whether vampires twinkle or sparkle. Fuck. BuzzFeed, I just did your job for you. Come on. Actually, does BuzzFeed even exist anymore? That's an actual question. I remember when they were so fucking big. Yo, shut up. No. 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 Ooh. Bones. How is truth insulting? Explain, please. Okay, you're gonna have to backtrack here. I don't remember what I fucking said. What part is the truth? Or that you're peddling deception? That 50 Shades of Grey is better than Twilight? Don't try to back out on me. I didn't put words into your mouth. You spoke them. Through Twitch chat. You like Twilight, so sparkling comment was right. I honestly think, yeah, you were probably right. Because I'm like, wait, was it twinkling or sparkling? I don't fucking remember. But I'm not a fucking pleb. When I make a point, I fucking Google that shit. Once we're getting back to base, we're fucking Googling it. Do vampires twinkle or sparkle? You piqued my interest. That's not an insult. People say I like boobs and they are right. Only boobs? You gotta like the ass too, man. What a pleb. Only liking the titties? What a subpar human being. Alright. Do vampires twinkle or sparkle? And you said sparkle. Fuck! Do vampires glitter? Fuck. Oh my god. I love how this ain't troll posts. Sparkle versus twinkle. Sparkle means a little spark, where twinkle means sparkle or glimmer of light. Sparkle means to emit sparks, where twinkle means to shine with the flickering light. Okay, so when Edward was eye fucking Bella, his eyes were sparkling. But when the bitch was in sunlight, the motherfucker was twinkling. And when the dude finally saw her naked, the guy was throbbing. Fuck. Oh my god, that was even cringe by my standards. Fucking hell. And I learned English from watching TV. Shame. Yeah. I watched how to speak Korean by watching TV shows. And I learned absolutely dog shit fucking Japanese by watching anime. What of it? I'm based. I get it. Respect me, daddies. I can finally make the rat thingy. Can I? Can I? Oh yeah, baby. Let them eat rats. Actually, do we wanna move this over here? And then place this here. What would actually be better? I just like the ideas that the prisoners have to exist with rats and be like, hello, my little ratlings. That's not even an insult. I love Skaven. Do you like 40k or like Warhammer? Because if you don't, you're a fucking scrub. Get on my level. Yeah, I think I do like it this way. Orientation matters. What do you mean it's blocked? Wait. Did you ever try PvP play or co-op PvE? I'm guessing you are 20, 24 years old range. I'm 27. But like, you know, fucking mental age of fucking that age, so you know what? It's fucking fair. I don't judge you with your plebeian fucking eyesight. Okay, real talks. Because we can all be fucking bullshitting to each other and peddling deception. How old are you? What the fuck? No, it's gotta be fucking perfect. My made up fucking OCD can't handle it. Ooh. There you go. Yeah, it should be fine. You have 5 guesses, I'll say more or less. 30. Plus? Oh, then I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Okay, you gotta understand. As a person on the internet, and as an old school like social worker and person that works with children, I feel massively uncomfortable if I'm talking to a 13-year-old like I am right now. Like, I get it's the internet and that I have no control over it. I still feel uncomfortable. But if you're above 25, I don't give two flying fucks. I don't give a shit. As long as you're not an underage kid, like, listening in on this stuff that's super inappropriate and you just lied to me, well, that ain't within my fucking range of control, right? But, you know. Fuck. I need, I need more mat space. It's a bit yikes. Not gonna lie. Oh, come on. I was gonna lie until 50. Wait, so you're not over 30? I mean, you're not over 30? Motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker peddling deception. I'm 35? Okay. That's fine. But yeah, what brings you to the bottom of fucking Twitch? It's a bit odd to find people here. Not that I don't like it, it's just odd. At least I think I am. You know what's fucking scary? Like, my dad always be like, how old am I, dear? And he should be like, you're 47, honey. And he's like, okay. And I was like, how the fuck do you not know how old you are? And now I'm like, what? I'll do something. And I'm like, I'm 24. And a friend will be like, motherfucker, you're 27. I'm like, fuck you, COVID. You took away my life. I lost count around 31. Yeah, that's what I mean. I fucking feel you. At the time, like, I hated it when I worked in the hospitals, and everyone was like, treat your life well, live life to the fullest, because once you start hitting past 20s, the time starts fucking going fast. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. And they were so right. They were so right. And I'm like, fuck. Yeah, you like those rants? I'm gonna feed you some fucking rants. Dude, I fucking hate I don't know if you know about this, but I finished the game and then I was watching a YouTube video and I realized that you can continuously drain blood from these motherfuckers. So you can just have 100% quality blood at all points in time, as long as you feed them rats and fish. I'm like, what? I thought you just kept them and then killed them for one-time use. Granted, I don't read shit, so maybe it's slightly on me. Maybe I'm willing to slightly admit that maybe I might have been a little bit wrong. But fuck you, devs. What a noob. What, so you did? You're telling me that you knew about that shit and started utilizing the fucking mechanic? Are you telling me that you like the throw mechanic? Don't fucking bullshit me. Who the fuck likes the throw mechanic? The throw mechanic sucks ass. No, but I read the minute I built the prison. You know what? You know what? Great for a late night snack. I immediately fucking presume that means you just kill them. Language barriers, bro. Damage taken from blood extraction is reduced. In retrospect, if I read the other tooltips, it probably would have leaned towards it. But hey, I'm just saying, as a guy that studied computer science and UI design, this should say that you can trap a person and continuously drain their blood. Then I'd be like, bro, you've caught my interest. But if you say a late night snack, I'm just gonna presume I fucking kill them and eat them. Am I the fucking idiot here? Don't answer that question. It was rhetorical. I don't need an answer. What the fuck are you? Oh yeah, ice bitch. Oh yeah, I got sanguine now, don't I? Yep. We fucking beat the game, boys. This is all you need at all points in time. This is the build. I played on PvE server, and I was selling 100% blood on my server like a drug dealer. You know what? It would be a lot more apparent if you were playing on PvP servers, because like I read that like clans will like capture 100% blood, put them into the prisons and fight, like come back home, drain, and then fight. And I was just like, wait, what? So these motherfuckers are finding 100% blood types of all sorts 24/7. And then when everyone's like, hey, we're PvPing, they'll just go through their stash of blood. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this what MMO people do? Do you really hate your lives that much that you're willing to spend that much time? And then, yeah, the guy explained, no, you can just have a prison and just drain blood from it and then keep them alive using fish. I'm like, it's kind of what I mean. Like, in hindsight, it makes sense. But if you're going into this blindly, some things do not make any sense unless you Google that shit. Because all my friends dropped this game after 4 to 5 hours of progression because like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? It did not make sense that all of the progression until that point was tied to V-Bloods, and then it's just like, no, you just have to fucking get scrolls, bro. So where do you get the scrolls? Oh, from here. Just grind for like 30, 40 minutes to get like one hit of dopamine and get a cosmetic. Isn't that how you play games? I'm like, for fuck's sakes, bro. I don't play games like this so that I can do grind fest like Lineage or Ark online or whatever. Well, not only that, you get 100% blood and you stash that stuff as much as you can. Also, you can share the blood with others with ability, exposed vein. Okay, so if you have like 100% blood and then you expose vein, do they drain up to 50% or drain as much as you allow them to drain? So you could let them drain up to 50% and then two vampires have 50%, 100% blood. Is that how it works? They drain 5 liters of that 100%, but they get full 100%. Yeah, gotcha. So it is 50-50. Yeah, but you know what? If you're PvPing, it wouldn't matter because you're gonna die soon anyways. And I'm pretty sure they don't want to waste the blood, so they probably use potions and shit, right? That makes sense. Like, like shit like that. Like, unless you were playing PvP, I knew that the exposed vein thing was for PvP purposes. I just didn't know what the fuck it was for. Cause like, you know, I never have to fucking interact with that system. And I don't really think that's the developer's fault on that part, because you know, that I don't care about. But I fucking hate the progression system so much for mid to late game, and I absolutely hate the thrall system. I will die on this hill. Bro, can you like chill? Wrong word. Oh shit. You know what? I fucking should have expected that. Can you like fuck off? Oh my god. I am not feeling like a jump god. Woo! Bitch! You suck. I'll go to woo! Oh my god. Okay, this is the point where I ask you. This is a strategy in PvP, right? People just ass blast you with frost and then one-shot you, right? That's the strat, right? Don't you dare fucking reset, you bitch. No, 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 no. Thank you. Motherfucker. Can you like not? What the fuck? I'm just gonna chill for a bit. Not literally, fuck. Did he just kill my golem? Bitch! I waited 140 fucking seconds for that thing. You asshole. Can you like please? Woo! Oh, don't you love it when you're greatly over leveled and you can just face tank stuff and zero skill stuff? Oh, I love it. Can you please stop? Is this easy mode? But you do get 100% effect. Well, you drain blood into vial. 100% blood is rare, and when we were killing bosses on PvE server, I would bring 100% blood vials and share with other vampires, so 2 vials with buff full vampires. That makes sense. I basically went through this game with like 20% blood because I had no idea the mechanic fucking existed, and I was like, I kind of want to try it out now. Because like, to make a prisoner, I like the idea. I do like the mechanic where you entrance them and you have to walk all the way back to base and protect it. I like that system. But when it comes to making your thralls, it's so fucking tedious for PvE. Not to mention, look, I might be delusional, but as a Giga Chad Warhammer enjoyer, I like playing vampire counts. And Vampire Mythos states that I get to create an army of fucking undead. So I naturally thought that I would be allowed to craft armies of fucking undead and then, you know, send out my thralls to start mining and gathering resources in the open world. And then enemy vampires would just kill him and loot them. So then you're like, now I'm gonna stack up stronger thralls with more armor, or I and my clanmates protect the thralls as they're looting shit. I thought that's what the thrall mechanic was going to be. But then I'm like, no, they just stay at the castle and protect it, and you just send them out. And they take 24 fucking hours to loot shit. And I'm like, not to mention the schematics are fucking tedious. Not to mention that the map cost of some of the stuff is ridiculous in PvE. Because, like, I get it. It makes perfect sense in PvP. Because, you know, you work with your clan and teammates, and there's scarcity of resources. That's why people are forced to kill each other to steal resources, and it forces engaging player versus player combat situations. But that's not really what PvE is about, right? So the drop rate in PvE should have been, like, increased. And the thrall system, like, the time should have been reduced or something. Not maybe by, like, you know, for 30 minutes or anything, but like 4 or 5 hours seems a bit reasonable. But, you know, it's also early access, so I'm like, am I just being a bit too harsh? Probably. It was awesome because after they tried it, they wanted to get more, and then my sales would go up. What is even the currency in this game? Just material costs? So you'd be like, yo. You see this shit? 100% fucking skull of blood. And, if it tickles your fancy, some brute blood. 32 fucking stock silver ingots per bottle, bitches. Is that how it worked? Was I accurate? I'd totally do that shit. I'd dress up as the most shady ass motherfucker and be like, hey kids, want some blood? 24 hours. You are bad at math. If you send them for 2-hour rush missions, you get more stuff than sending them for 24-hour ratio. That statement makes me feel like there was another UI decision that I didn't pay attention to. Wait, I don't have the fucking throne. I got iron now. Okay. I did not know there were other time limit options. I believe you. Fuck. You gotta be fucking with me. If this is true, I'm so triggered. What adds to insult to injury is that it literally fucking says here drag to select hunt duration. And it just didn't click. I just thought that like if I click this shit, right? That this means that it's like 20% chance of success. For some fucking reason, it didn't register. I still argued that the UI was a little bit bad because it wasn't immediately apparent. Which sounds like a gripe, right? But as a person that works with code and software, if shit ain't immediately apparent and if your mom doesn't understand what the fuck they're looking at, then it's kind of bad. I don't think this was clear. Fuck! I know, that's how I learned about it. I read. Shut up. The lack of attention is your problem, not developers. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say this. You are absolutely right in a vacuum. Have you ever heard the law of stupid? If you think about the most stupid person you ever met, the majority of people that like half of the population is even stupider than that. And that's actually a real fact that you kind of have to take in consideration when you're software developing. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Ha ha. But that's kind of what I mean. Like, you have to take that in consideration. If shit isn't immediately fucking obvious when you're looking at it, then, you know. So that back in the old days when people like play those like, you know, text-based games, attention spans of people are fucking non-existent like myself. So no one played them. You know? And once people added more shiny loot box or like mechanics, people started paying more attention and enjoying them. So a huge part of like designing these type of things is taking that into consideration. Like, how do you make things or UI more accessible and understandable? So most things like this, very understandable. You have this much material, it makes this, and this is how much time it takes. This is good UI. Everything is kind of explained in a perfect fucking vacuum. Even this, you kind of click and you hover over it and it appears and you're like, oh, this is how much I need. This is good UI design. Even this shit. Even this shit's a little bit kind of crap. The fact that you can have random schematics that drop and they just immediately unlock, that's a little bit unclear. The scroll pod does make sense. I still think it's pretty bad. But this thing, it's not apparently fucking clear. You know what? I'm gonna fucking... This is not a hill I'm going to die on. I still think this part is not the best design, but I ain't gonna argue that I was a fucking dumbass and didn't read it. I'm willing to not die on this hill. But you don't even need to mouse over stuff to get that line where it says drag you to reduce the duration. It's just there. You gotta understand, like, look, when you're here, do you kind of look at everything? Because, like, this is a legitimate comment. Because some people will look at this. I'm not paying attention to this shit most of the time. I'll just kind of be like, this is blood. This, I'm like, 75%, cool, fuck that. 200%, ooh, of your spell power. Knockback, fuck that. I won't even read the rest. I'll immediately fucking go for like the hype things that I'm like 110%, too cool. This, I'm like 75, shit. But self heal for 40%, okay. So, like, I kind of mix and look. People always love confirmation bias, right? So they'll look for what they're looking for. They don't necessarily see what they're not looking for. So for me, going into this, because this is a PvP game, right? And I was expecting that I can control thralls to fight for me. And I was like, wait, what the shit is this? So there's loot stuff? And all I see is hunt duration 23 hours. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't see this. I will admit, I didn't see this. I didn't read this. Forgotten sandwiches, I fucking don't give a shit about this information. I don't know what the 400 means. I don't really care. I'm just going to presume that's the level of difficulty. This is 23 hours. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it says chance of injury is 20%. So I have 20% chance of my shit being injured. But there is a 20% success chance. These two are separate concepts. And then it says it's going to be carefully planned. So when I looked at it, naturally what I presumed was this meant that if I slot something in, if there was like a 0% chance, and once again, it's early access, so I didn't really attach the dots. If this is 0% chance, I thought it'd be just here. I thought this was the indicator of your success chance and it would change automatically. And I thought to some degree that if I dragged it or something, then it would do something else. But I didn't have the attention span to bother fucking going with it. Because at that stage, I was already burnt out with the scrolls and the schematics. So I still hold true that this is kind of not clear. Once again, I still admit I didn't read that. But it's not 100% clear. I will die on that part of the hill. But people like you add some spice to PvP games, because I had a guy who found out that you can travel with resources using caves. It was like day like 1000 or something. And he was like endgame chat, and how I avoided him, he was so pissed. I love noobs like you or him in game, because then I have an advantage. Damn, you're pretty savage, ain't you? I still hold to my point. I still think that it was badly designed. I think I still need doors for this shit, though. Well, with that information in mind, it might actually be semi-useful to fucking loot things. Also, I'm gonna actually, upon more realization, and you are right, it was badly designed for your attention span, which I couldn't give a shit about. More power to me, though. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna stand by a second point. Memes aside, that elitist type of attitude is actually really fucking assholey. I'm standing by my ground on it. Because if a person genuinely didn't really fucking know, and you're like, yeah, you're just a scrub because you suck. Yeah, you're an asshole too. You just brought yourself equally down to my fucking level. Once again, if you're joking, my bad. But if you're serious, you are an asshole. Elitist. Reading is elitist. I'm saying that not everyone's going to fucking read every little fucking tooltip of anything. So it is kind of fair game if something wasn't completely fucking obvious to the player. And my argument is that the UI design wasn't completely clear. And your logical argument to that was, you just didn't read well enough and I did, so I'm just better than you because I read. I'm like, cool. So you're just saying that if you go to university and read more books, that makes you superior to everyone else? Games are designed for fun. They're supposed to like help players understand the mechanics of the game better. And yeah, UI design does come into play with that sort of shit. And that's their choice. The information is here. I had to read to find out. That's not my point, dude. My point is that, yeah, if you want to understand, there's lots of fucking information to go through in these type of games. That's why I said you have to do a mom test. If your mom can understand what the fuck's going on, then the UI and the design of shit is pretty clear. I've looked on the forums. Majority of people have no fucking clue what the prison system does. And you're like, oh yeah, I get it. But that's just because I'm better than you because I read. If it wasn't fucking clear to the majority of the goddamn player base, then it was a badly designed UI. Like, why die on that hill that you're just superior? It's kind of a weird hill to die on, dude. And I stick by that point. Fuck! I thought that would actually do 2 lines. and that's their choice. The information is there. I have to read to find out. Oh yeah, so I already read that. Plus, the argument's also kind of flawed in the sense that it's just like, oh yeah, why didn't you get good in the test? Apparently it's because I just didn't read enough. Every fucking professor uses that goddamn argument when you're doing an exam. It's like, why didn't people study enough? I was like, it's your teacher's job to help explain the difficult fucking content to the students so they can understand it better and then, you know, learn from it. Sometimes concepts and shit like that are difficult to fucking comprehend for normal ass fucking people. I'm not saying that, oh, I'm superior. I'm genuinely saying I am part of that fucking demographic. If it really wasn't clear for me, I know for a fact that it wasn't clear to a lot of fucking people. And the forums fucking proved that point. Those two systems were not really fucking well understood by most of the players, and most of them didn't use it. No, the moment I read the prison, I thought it was a snack too, but when I built it, I found out that it's not. Then you're agreeing with me. You're just being haughty for no fucking reason. And once again, I get it. In text, in chat, it can come. You can always come off badly. That part I fully fucking agree. But my argument was that the UI design was bad, and you're like, nah, you just suck. I'm like, bro. No. I stand by my point. What do I need? I'm running out of fucking storage space. Plank and glass. Plank and glass. What do you mean it's blocked by me? Flowers. I think I just need to start dumping this shit. Do I even need half this stuff? Shove it in here for now. No, I don't. It doesn't bother me at all. I thought prison was kind of crap, and after I found out it's really good, I loved it. That was my whole reaction. Okay, let's backtrack. Because, like, I'm fully willing to admit that if I was wrong, I was wrong. By the way, I want to establish there's no bad blood. I'm just legitimately kind of, like, talking about it in the sense of, like, UI design and shit like that. Because those sort of things kind of peeve me off the most. Okay, 31. Yep, so we had the conversation about the prison. Cool. 24 hours, you're bad at math. If you send them for 2-hour rush mission, you get more stuff than sending them for 24-hour ratio-wise. And that's why I realized, wait, you can select the time. Cool. You only send them for 24 hours when you say, it's K, dumbass, you live, you learn. I know, that's how I learned about it. I read. The lack of attention is your problem, not developers. Here you go. This is the quote that peeved me off. Because I'm like, look, I get it. But if you're like, I just read everything in the game, that makes me better, and you're just a dumbass because you didn't. And my argument was, and that point was, UI design is existent to help players understand the stuff, and once it's a lot more apparent, you use the description to understand better what's going on. There are a lot of systems within this that are not clearly fucking explained. AKA, UI design is kind of lacking in certain aspects. With that said, it does a lot better job than a lot of games. Like MMOs and shit like that are absolutely dog shit at explaining things. That's why people just watch fucking YouTube tutorials to let someone else explain them to them. Because some people have a lot of difficulty learning through pure text. That's my point. So yeah, I do stand by my point. You did come off as a bit of an asshole. That point is interesting. I'm done with the game. You are done. I'm done because I killed Solaris. Because if I want to review a game, I want to at least understand that I finished it. So I made a review of Early Access where I killed Solaris. Or like if it was like a game like Crash Bandicoot, I defeated all the missions, not 100% at every single map, you know? Oh, fuck me. Plus, you don't know what you don't know. Like, I didn't know that system fucking existed. So I was like, oh. Fuck me. And I stated. I finished the game, watched a bunch of videos, because I didn't want to ruin the experience of boss fights or people telling me how to do stuff, because I wanted to figure it out for myself. And I figured out most of the systems minus the thrall system, because I thought it was shit, because it was like only 24 hours. What the fuck? And I will die on the hill. Most of the people on the forums were kind of talking about it. I didn't scroll through the fucking comment section for someone to explain to me, no, you're a dumbass. You can just set it to low. I just didn't care enough, right? But I still stand by that basically meant that the UI or the description of it wasn't clear enough to the majority of the players for them to actually use it. That part I'm fair. You know what? That's a fair point. And you're about being rude. I think there are certain elements of meme culture or internet culture where like calling a playboy a scrub, that's pretty normal. But when you're actively like taking a jab at another person's intelligence, like the Twilight stuff and the 50 Shades of Grey was clearly us bantering, right? But when I was making an accurate, like a somewhat serious critique on, I did not like the UI design of things and they were clear. It's like, no, you're just a fucking dumbass because you didn't read. That's where it's like, that's where I was trying to say. Text does not convey whether or not a person is joking or not, or whether or not, depending on the culture you live in, whether or not it is a joke or not. Because I can talk to Germans, and their fucking sense of humor is weird. You just wind up insulting them all the time. Or Americans. Fuck, the amount of Americans I would insult all the time. So there's a weird thing, right? As an Australian, we insult each other all the time. But it's weird. I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to die on this hill. I think you're right. I don't know why that kind of caught me off guard. I think it's because I really dislike bad UI design. And the fact that I really enjoy this game. And the fact that I was cut off from 2 gameplay mechanics because the UI wasn't clear. And yes, I didn't get it because I didn't read. But I still fucking stand by the fact that the UI design was bad. Was triggering me. So I was already in a heightened level of pissed offness. And then that one small thing decided to just for some reason trigger me off. So on that regard, fair. I only said it because information was right there, eye level. But like I said, I still stand by the point that if you really do look at it, like if you look at the actual design of it, it says drag, yes. But for me, when you look at something like that, the first thing that pops into your eyes is red and green. So I'm like carefully playing 20% success and chance of injury, and then 23 fucking hours. Fuck this shit. I just click let the hunt begin. But like I said, I admit I didn't read this section. But a lot of people didn't read this section. But if it's so bad, you should go to tell it to the vets. It's EA. Oh, I did write it. But to be fair, with this knowledge, I realized that I just completely misunderstood the mechanics. So, you know, if they decide to change something about it, awesome. If they don't, fucking, it's not up to me. I did talk about the schematic thing, which I said it was bad. I do not, if they linked the schematics to V-Bloods, no problem. Especially when it comes to armor and progression. Cosmetics for scrolls and schematics don't give 2 fucks. But the progression for the actual game should be directly tied to V-Bloods. Because the grinding sucks. For PvP, whatever. For PvE, drop rates for scrolls and schematic, if they want to keep it that way, it should be increased by 3 to 4 times to help incentivize or make it make sense that you unlock through this type of progression, and players don't burn out by grinding it. Yeah, I understood that it was early access. I kind of understood it as EA. It's like EA Sports. I'm like, wait, isn't it Stunlock Studios? What am I hunting? Like this. I don't know the names of any of these things. I just like Wolf Guy, dude that does Emberquake, because I'm not reading this shit. The amount of stuff that I have to constantly read, I'm not retaining any of it. It's useless information to me. So I'm not going to remember it. So I don't even bother reading it. They don't have to increase anything because you can increase it yourself now. That's actually an argument that I had with a bunch of people. And I was like, look, whenever you're interacting with something at any base level, everyone is a fucking idiot. And if you do not explain it to the person well, who gives a shit? A lot of times when you're playing board games, right? Like if a person isn't there to read the manual, understand it, and then explain it to the players as they play it, no one's going to understand. There's going to be constant FAQs during the entire experience. Everyone fucking hates it. So, yeah, you're right. The player has a choice to change it. That shouldn't be the player's first thing. The player should be able to play at the optimal experience that the developers decided that it was a smooth experience. Then, like, afterwards, you're like, you know what? I kind of want to replay that with double damage, which is what I'm doing now. Or I don't want to go through the schematic stuff again. I can do it now. If they tripled it, most people would, I guarantee you, would not burn out at the 5-6 hour mark and drop the game. That is my argument. And that is not necessarily the player's fault, because there's a lot of things that are not explained explicitly in the game throughout UI, or people's attention spans are fucking non-existent. Myself included, and anyone in general. There's a fuck ton of games to play. Why would I waste my time trying to read all these things to make the game fun for me when I'm paying for a game and I'm expecting the developers to make it fun at a baseline for me to enjoy? That is not the player's fault. That is the dev's fault. And that is why early access kind of exists, like you said, for them to kind of understand how multiple players are playing, and they're like, apparently this wasn't clear, we should make it more clear. Or people are dropping out at mid-game, we think it's because of the scrolls and schematic drop rate is really low and people don't want to grind as much, so let's increase the drop rate. That's the fucking point of the balancing part. And if you play official PvE servers, you play at 1 times rate, don't like it, join another server, like I joined PvP server with time 2's resources. Once again, most people don't actually play mods. They like to play the base experience because they do not want to modify stuff. That's the reason why when you play RTS games, no one plays the mods. They play the campaign. 90-something-ish% of the player base plays the campaign and then they fuck off. And then 5 people save for custom games and 5% or like 1% saves for the actual ranked PvP, like extreme, like player versus player action. That's the majority of stuff. So if you want retention to kind of stay, you kind of have to focus on the main majority of people that are going to play your game at a baseline. That's also an argument. I said, like, I openly admit, I hate grinding. It's the reason why I don't play survival games. But it was Stunlock Studios that made Battle Right. And they said it's a huge, like, combat-based system where you're doing boss fights with survival mechanics. Once again, the balance is set for both PvP, PvE to be the same from what I have noticed. AKA, PvP exists so that the map's supposed to be large, so that you feel more focused to, I want shit faster, I'm gonna go loot and raid that stuff to incentivize player versus player interaction. In the PvE, that's not a main focus. So reducing material costs and increasing fucking schematic things basically means that for a solo player, the experience is more streamlined. And it's literally, what, 2 to 3 fucking changes? And the majority of the player base that play PvE and have no interest in PvP can enjoy it. I saw some servers do 0.5 rate on purpose to slow down, and there are plenty of people who enjoy it. That's fine. That's not my argument. My argument is that the majority of the player base do not actually mod. None of my friends that play most games, even Terraria, to this day, do not mod the game. They like to play it at the base experience. Then you get people that love to replay through Skyrim with all of the mods changed, or Fallout with all the mods changed. That's the minority. That's not the majority. Most people like the base vanilla experience that the developer has developed. And that's kind of what I mean. I completely get it. But most people don't know how the game works. Most people don't know how survival game works. Maybe V-Rising is a first-time experience. Maybe they might enjoy it. Maybe they just enjoy combat. But they don't really know what to do to change it. Because they don't understand the game. The developers do. So you observe the players, the majority are playing PvE, and they're struggling and they don't like it and they're giving all the bad reviews because they say it's a grind fest. So you just tweak the numbers for PvE. You leave PvP. And the players that play PvE are like, oh, I kind of want the grind to be a little bit more. Then it makes sense that you change the settings. I'm saying for the first time playthrough, a few things should be tweaked. So the majority of people that are going to touch and go, they have a streamlined, fun experience and get to Solaris. I know that most of them will first the boss and be like, this is too hard, fuck this shit, and drop out. That's with any game. But I still hold to the argument. But putting resource ×2, that's not modding. It's all in the game-based settings. You know, I'll go check Discord to see what they're complaining right now. I don't really fucking know. With people on Discord, they're all PvP players, dude. Or like a few PvE players that'll be like, get good, scrub. If you go check Steam reviews. Actually, yeah, go check Steam reviews, the negative ones. What am I hunting? Regardless of how like peeved I feel, I actually do like arguing. If that wasn't obvious. Octavian is perhaps the most trusted man in Old Dudley. Who the fuck is this guy? I have no recollection of fighting him. Oh, I need resistance potions. Is that hole still there? Yeah. It's funny. What am I making? Resistance potions. Yes. For holy damage. Yeah, I remember now. Scourge Stone Morning Lily. think 10 should be good. Actually, I should probably leave this here. Yeah. If you even go to the positive reviews, a lot of them will actually talk about how the mid-game grind or stuff like that were a little bit confusing, or like, you know, they'll say it. If it wasn't a problem, nobody would have mentioned that the mid to late game is a bit of a thing. You gotta also notice that most people that don't finish games aren't even gonna fucking bother reviewing. People that bother to leave comments on YouTube or even leave reviews are a special kind of person. That's just demographic of statistics. And yeah, any group of people are going to shit talk on something if they don't like it. And there's always going to be people that don't like it. Feature demands. I'm not talking about Discord, dude. Like, okay, before you left, what I was saying was that people on Discord, you gotta understand, most people on, like, let's say that you're on Twitch or on YouTube, the majority of people that they're watching a streamer or a person on YouTube are not subscribed. That's the majority. Even if you're a huge fucking YouTuber, only like what, 40% of your user base is actually going to subscribe to you. If you Discord on a game, that means you really like the game. That means you finished the game. That means you continuously play PvP and do all of the modding stuff. I am not talking about that demographic. Because they will love shit and complain about shit regardless of whatever the fuck happens. I'm talking about the majority of people that will play the game and drop it because of that mid-game thing. I'm talking about the majority of players that I have also interacted with playing this game in my friend group of like 10 plus that have played it and dropped it by mid-game because they didn't understand the mechanics, because it wasn't explained to them, and I'm the only one of them that was like, I love the combat, I love the base building, I love all the things except for the thrall system and for some of this dumb grindy shit. I do not like it. It doesn't mean you finish the game. Some people come here there to look for a co-op partner or some game idea. I said finish the game in comparison to me. Dude, do you want me to be like a fucking elitist gamer, be like, hey, if you play StarCraft 2 and you didn't get 100% on all of the fucking missions, if you didn't get Grandmaster on all servers, then you can't say you finished the game. I said my definition of finishing the game was defeating the final boss. If you're saying that, oh yeah, the only way to finish Dark Souls or Sekiro or all that is to do all of the accomplishments, like, that's fair. I don't have the time to do that, nor do I want to. I just say I finished the game because I killed the final boss. I don't think that's too much of a dickish thing to say. I think that is a fairly reasonable, like, thing to say. Is it not? Wait, I need a fucking... whatchamacallit. This potion. What level is he actually? No. Yes. No. Yes. What am I looking for? Yes, potions. So I'm looking for a few of these bad boys. No. Yes. Man, actually, this conversation fucking reminds me of the time that I was arguing with a bunch of kids about, not saying that you're a kid, but I played Balloon Towers Defense, and I was like, look, I finished the game because I beat all the maps from normal, like easy to hard, on expert difficulty without using cash. And that was the definition for me that I completed the game. And oh fucking lord, the amount of people that constantly whinged at me being like, you didn't finish the game. I was like, dude, no one can finish the game. Because if your definition of finishing the game is doing all of the fucking achievements, you would have to think roughly like what? A couple of thousand fucking hours to do all of the daily quests? To get all of the like different item variations, which is also a loot box fucking mechanic, mind you. And then do all of like the special like quest stuff where it just exists to keep player retention and bring them back. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. Players set their own goals for like a video game. It's Dunley that I'm going to, isn't it? Why are you guiding me this way? It's Bastion of Dunley. Got you. Dunley's an area. I see.
It's going to be a cold day in hell for you.
No. I'm here to massacre everyone. Help is not on the menu, bitch. Oh, the fucking cross thing. Gotcha. Okay, so I need some better blood. Can you stop fucking setting fire to everything? Holy shit, you got a problem. Oh, I don't have chaos. The fucking vein thingy. Ooh, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Thank you. I know that. I played Diablo Immortal for 1 hour and I'm finished with it. You are done when you are done. Did I have a conversation with you about Diablo Immortal? Because I legitimately played like an hour of it too and I was like, fuck this shit. So this is literally everything in D3 just taken out and immediately reskinned into this shit. And I was like, fuck. This is beyond lazy. This is criminal. I was like, is this what a FIFA fan feels like? I was like, bros, there's like abuse and then there's like this shit. Can you stop? Oh, 46? 46? 46? What are you? Give me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. I really want this blood. Please, please, please. Let me live. Let me live. Let me live. No, 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 no. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh, shit. I risked it for the biscuit and I fucking got paid off. Never punished. Oh. Just talking about the done factor. So you're saying, so this is the thing that I always find interesting, right? Because people are like, oh, I love the person. But what their definition of love is different. It's different to the individual, culture, religion, like, you know, country. It's all fucking so bloody. What? Oh, I fucking did resistance. God damn it. So for me, killing the final boss in the game is when I usually say I am done. And when I say I completed everything is when I mean that I killed everything, did all the achievements, like all that. So Elden Ring, I did everything. Because I got all the achievements. I built every single build humanly fucking possible at that point in the time. And then I did a lot of PvP. I did all that sort of shit. I'd also say for StarCraft, Brood War, Warcraft 3, those I definitely did everything in the fucking game. StarCraft 2, I played like like what, close to 4,000 fucking hours of that game, but I never wound up finishing all the achievements on Brutal for all of them, because at that point I just didn't care anymore, man. Because after a while I'm like, dude, I'm getting old. I don't really care about this fucking regardless tag that says I did something. And I get that some people love that shit because it feels like that sensation of accomplishment, and I'm all power to them. I just don't give a shit. And in V-Rising, I did everything on PvE side, on PvP. I quit, like I said before, and haven't started a new server since. So what does, like, do everything mean for you, then? Out of curiosity. Doom. Oh, fuck. I never really explored these weapons before. I gotta admit, they're kind of turning me on. Like, Skull of Blood is still the most busted thing. But this shit's kind of good. That shit's pretty good. I think the only reason you do everything in a game because you enjoy the game. Not necessarily, because I have a friend that just gets all the achievements in a game to say that he did it, and I'm like, bro, did you have fun? He's like, not really. I was like, why do you do it? I don't know. It's kind of like therapeutic going through a checklist of stuff, and I'm like, that's fucking weird. He's like, eh. It's like, okay. I also remember having a friend that was playing like a game like Dark Cloud 2, and he's like, I need to get every variation of every single weapon. I'm like, what? It's like, no. So like you get every weapon, right? It's like, yep. And then you build every single elemental variant of it. I'm like, okay. And then you do that for every single level. I'm like, how the fuck do you have space in your inventory? You mod that in it. I'm like, you know what? The word impressed does not encompass what I feel about what you just did there. I'm neither saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying I'm impressed. Oh, it's this dude. Fuck, stop throwing fire around. Hate this motherfucker. I killed all the bosses, I built 2 castles in great locations, found all 5 blood times at 100%, and I have it untapped. And all my servants are with high end gear, I don't farm at all, they do all the farming on both castles. And it's on official PvE server, so I just log in every day once to collect stuff and feed your heart with blood. So I built, this is like my second game, right? I built 3 castles. The blood type thing I didn't know existed, which is the reason why I'm doing it now. Because I kind of want to do it, because it seems cool to play through all of the games. Because once I finish this, I kill Solaris. I'm going to set everything at baseline and just amp up their damage to 5. And I'm just going to keep my damage at 2 and maybe increase their damage, or like their HP pools by 2. And I just want to try different blood types, because I don't want to do PvP, because I want to do that with friends. Yes, I know I have friends. But I want to do that with friends. So I kind of want to leave that experience until then. But like, you know, boss fights with different weapon types is like the closest that I can get to that experience. Motherfucker. Hit. Trick you. What? You motherfucker, can you stop doing war crimes? This ain't Vietnam, motherfucker. Fuck! Juked, motherfucker. Woo! If you get triggered easily, I saw so many rage quits. Funny though. It depends. Like, as you can see, the random things trigger me. I don't care about dying, especially if it's just me dying because of lack of skill issue. That's not something. I'll still rage, but I won't like get triggered. Is it fair to like say that that's different? Because I rage. I rage a lot, but I'm not triggered. When it comes to game design aspects, I get triggered a lot. Because I don't know. I'm an aspiring game developer. And I don't know, because I code a lot. Like certain small errors like that sort of shit, like indentation errors and stuff like that, means that you just have to fucking look through your code for hours trying to look for the goddamn error because your compiler doesn't fucking understand what's going on. That shit triggers me at a baseline level. But dying in PvP because someone outplayed me, I'm just gonna slow cal app and be like, damn, that shit pretty good. Unless I'm playing fucking StarCraft and I'll be like, fucking filthy Protoss motherfuckers using the goddamn blink stinker all-ins. Although that was Heart of the Swarm, my rage has not fucking quelled down from that bullshit. And I was justified. Because they fucking nerfed that shit into the ground after a few patches. Because everyone was raging at that shit. Because it was bullshit. Fuck, man. I have a legitimate argument that, like, strategy games should have, like, a fucking scrub balance and then, like, pro balance. Although that is why people are doing, like, co-op campaign missions, like, where you play as groups. I think that's what they're doing with Stormgate, and I'm super hyped. Not just dying, losing all your loot. You get to keep your gear, that's it, no consumables. No, that's exactly why I never bother with PvP. Like, here's the thing. If I've done everything that I wanted to do in the game, then I don't care. That's why I've made a private map where I can do everything, and whenever updates come up, I can enjoy it at my leisure without worrying about people raiding the crap out of me. But, if I was playing with friends, I wouldn't give a fuck. Because I'm like, I don't care. I'm just here to chill out with friends and watch them die and laugh at them. Can you tell I'm a great human being? Anyways. How come I looking at? What other games do you play, sir? On this auspicious of nights, you have kept me company, and I actually, regardless of the argument we had, I quite enjoyed it. I enjoy arguing. I don't know why. My partner loves arguing too. I guess that's why we work out. It drives the entire family fucking up the wall, though. Kind of find it funny. Am I a fucking sadistic motherfucker? Maybe. Not gonna argue that I'm not. No. I get it. That's the reason I started in the PvE server. I just want to kill bosses with other people like MMO Diablo better. No, dude, I totally get you. Holy fuck. Like, this game, like, I'm not an MMO player because I don't want to mindlessly grind. But this game, I was just like, man, this game has scratched an itch that I didn't know that I needed since the void of Diablo 3. And after Diablo Immortal released, I'm like, I so desperately want Diablo 4 to be good. But I know in my heart and hearts that that's not going to happen. Like, I know it's probably going to be, like, kind of shit. And I'm kind of coping right now. Because it's like watching your child or your favorite like uncle turn to the dark side, and then it comes out that he's a pedophile, and you're like, but I miss the days when we used to go out for ice cream. I'm just snorting some copium. I've accepted the loss. I haven't grieved it yet. I've logically understood it, but I haven't taken it that shit here. If you have to ask, are you sadistic, usually means you are. But aren't we all kind of on a level of sadistic nature? Like, everyone has a bit of S and M in them. Right? Isn't a man that enjoys slapping a girl's booty somewhat sadistic? But it's such a primordial enjoyment. My partner's like, isn't that sexist? And I was like, dear, you have absolutely every right to manhandle me how you want to, and you can slap me on the ass as much as you want to. I will live with that as long as I get to slap your booty whenever I want to. That is my wedding vow to you. Let me slap your booty and I let you slap mine. Not all. You can never say all. That part okay, at a baseline I actually 100% agree with you with that statement. You can't, not everyone is a part of it. But I do think that like some amount of sadistic and like masochistic tendencies are basically a spectrum, right? So it's kind of like making the statement of all people are on a spectrum, which isn't false. Fuck you, I'm not fighting you right now. Can you like not? Holy shit, stop fighting my fucking horse, dude. And I'd have an argument, like even with LGBT stuff, which I know fucking cool. Like people say you're on a spectrum, but I'm like, oh yeah, but I don't exist on that spectrum. Then I was like, then I wouldn't say that like you don't exist on a spectrum. I just say that the spectrum we designed doesn't include you, which is wrong. So you know, it's not that you don't exist on it. It's just that the system that we put you into just is shit. Does that make sense? Because I feel like there's always an answer to something. We're just human, so we lack the fucking capability of understanding what the fuck's going on half the time. And we love shoehorning things into groups to help understand what the fuck's going on. To make ourselves have a sensation of power and control. Or am I completely fucking talking out of my ass about this? I'm willing to accept all answers here. I don't care about that spectrum crap. I disagree. I think the spectrum actually has a lot of fucking like validity in it. Like, I grew up super Christian, and I always thought that the spectrum crap was shit. But the more you study about human anatomy, and even talk to my doctor friends, they're like, most things don't fucking exist within textbook definitions. There's too many outliers. People have just been killing them, or ignoring their existence because it doesn't sell their textbooks. Which means that there's a fair chunk of the population that just gets fucked because someone wanted to sell their book and say that they are right, aka the common like problem. People don't actually care about the truth, they care about being right, which kind of really fucked me when I came to that realization. Hey, are you 100%? No, you're 16. You fucking motherfucker. You don't even deserve the death I gave you. Live and let live, simple as that? Not really. Like, I get it. I really do. But live and let live basically means that the other person is not, and eventually you get fucked. You know? It's the same thing. Vaccines. You know what? If you don't want to have a vaccine, that's completely fair. Cool. My kid goes to the same school as your kids. And now you basically spread that entire fucking disease to everyone. And the vaccine only has a percentile chance of protecting them. Live and let live. Simple as that. Sadly, we don't live in like secluded fucking like individual boxes. We live in a society where we interact with other people, you know? If another person has a heinous fucking belief system that actively is bad like, for the majority, then yeah, you can't just simply live and let live. So that this discussion, as uncomfortable and shit as it is, does have some amount of validity because we kind of have to live with each other, do we know? Which is fucking ironic because I just play games to avoid that shit in general. Fuck. By the way, that doesn't mean you should like basically be a fucking dick. That's not my point. My golden tenet is don't be a cunt. Within reason, of course. It's not what? I don't know what I was saying. Like usual, I don't fucking fully grasp what I'm spouting. Multitasking while you're playing a game and talking is kind of hard. Dick and cunt are the same. Weird lingo. It's one of those things, right? Actually, what country do you come from? Because that will explain a lot about like the language barrier differences that we have in terms of insults. Even in Australia, it depends on like where you are, like in middle, like west side, east side, all that sort of shit, you know? Because you can tell where a fucking Aussie is from depending on how they use the word cunt. It's 5:22. No, like I'm telling what area. Like I'm not gonna fucking bother figuring out what fucking time code that shit is. I'm too lazy for that stuff, man. I mean, the near Baltic Sea. Take a guess. I don't really know what the Baltic Sea is. Lo and behold, because I like had education in two fucking different countries, one being Australia, one being South Korea, where they literally do not give two fucks about geography, I never actually had that good a sense of geography. It's only been recently that I've been understanding the world map a bit. Atrocious, I know. I ain't proud of it. You know what? That much I'll give you. Fuck's the Baltic Sea. So you're in Europe? That definitely narrows it down. Sweden, Finland. And depends on close. Fuck, can I get a clearer map? Thank you. Fuck me. Holy shit. Wait, what? Lithuania? Not gonna lie, didn't know that place existed. Look, I'm gonna feel like more an idiot, and I'm just fucking admitting this here. For some fucking reason, in my brain, I combined the concept of Estonia and Ethiopia together. So I kind of thought Estonia existed in Africa. And it just fucking clicks why when some people talk in a European accent talking about Estonia, that I just thought, huh, there's just a region in South Africa that was colonized by a bunch of like, you know, Northern European dudes, like Viking ass dudes. So that's probably the reason why they sound European. It is now fucking clicked. Estonia exists in Europe. And I'm like, damn, I fucking just got my fucking... Yeah. Most people don't, it's fine. Dude, okay. I will say, your nonchalant attitude about a lot of things makes a lot more sense. And the reason why I don't dislike you is because of that. I was just like, I know you're not American. That much I know. Because you'd be offended as fuck at me using the word cunt. And you're you're intelligent enough to fucking read. So I'm like, what country is this? Their education's got to be somewhat fucking decent if they're disagreeing with the point that I didn't read. I'm like, where is this? My guess is somewhere in Europe, but you know, you might just be from anywhere at this point. I was so interested. That answers my question. Is the education system and welfare systems good in Lithuania? It is? Free Medicare? Oh, fuck, yes! So you guys are like the Norwegian group of people where like women's rights like are actually upheld. They have maternity leave. There's actual healthcare systems. People pay taxes and like public welfare is good and education is good. Welfare is crap? Welfare is crap? Okay then. Because I was like listening to that shit like, bro, I come from Australia and still this stuff sounds dope. Welfare is great in Australia, but man, people abuse the living fuck out of it. Like, there's arguments to be had. Oh my god, 42%. Do I want some of that 42%, daddy? Whoop! Yep. You chonk. Dead. But we did have female president, which did pretty well during her term. Dude, okay, I'm gonna say something that once again it's gonna reiterate my fucking ignorance. We had a fucking prime minister. Like, we had Tony Abbott in Australia. Absolute dog cunt. Super, like, you know, for capitalism and selling resources of Australia overseas. Like, the type of thing that, like, we're going through a drought and the cunt's selling water to China. I'm like, bro. Or like, you know, we have problems and they fucking open up well mines in our drinking water supply. You're like, bro. And then he screwed me over for like my education because I was doing TAFE at the time, which is like, you know, college. And then he basically made my TAFE degree fucking useless, so I couldn't transition into university, which fucked me. And then Julia Gillard came out. And I don't really follow politics that well. Just everyone was ratting on her. And for some reason, Australians collectively hate their politicians for usually good purposes and reasons. So I was just like, oh, Julia Gillard must have been a cunt too. I just presume so. And now we've got ScoMo and it's fucking shit because, you know, we kicked out too many of our prime ministers and now we got this fucking dickhead running our country. But yeah, my friend's just like, no. Julia Gillard's only sin was that she was a woman. I was like, isn't she terrible? And she's like, nope. I'm like, you know what? You're probably right. I don't actually know anything bad she did. I know a lot of fucking terrible shit ScoMo did. I know a lot of terrible shit that fucking Tony Abbott did, but I don't remember Julia Gillard doing anything bad. Outside of the reconstruction of fucking Sydney to sell a goddamn, like, city plan. Although, was that ScoMo? It might have been ScoMo. Fuck, I don't even know anymore. They all blur in together. Regardless, it fucking pisses me off that I was an ignorant dick. I try really hard to not be. But I fail miserably every time. Shit! Woo! On different notes, I'm super hyped for the updates with this game. They're bringing out new weapons, and I was like, fuck yeah. Can I? Oh. Hey, what percent are you? 35? Just go back in there and die. No one loves you. Woo! Woo! Whoop. Can I? Ooh. Like, werewolf towns are going to be introduced apparently, and werewolf pelts are going to be introduced. So I'm like, fuck, that's hype. And I was like, fuck yeah. And then apparently there's going to be titans, so there's going to be ginormous PvE fights. And I was like, fuck, I'm super keen for that shit. That's gameplay. Like, I'm a massive FromSoft fan, but I legitimately do think that this game is my Game of the Year award. I think that's why UI stuff pissed me off more, because I'm like, this game is fucking amazing. And I'm kind of shitty that, like, you know, certain aspects of it aren't explained better, so that I now don't have any friends playing this shit with me. You know? So there is an argument to be had that it's not the developer's fault at all. Nah, actually, there's still an argument to be had that there might be a slight amount, like a fair amount of faults to the developers, but also, you know, because you have to take into consideration that humanity is dumb as fuck. Oh yeah, last year was Valheim, Game of the Year for me. This year is V Rising, at the moment at least. So you're Australian? Ethnically I'm South Korean. Both my parents are South Korean, but yeah. I'm functionally an Australian. Because I don't really get along with Koreans that well. There's just too much hierarchical systems at play in Korean society. And they're just too racist and sexist for me. Which is funny, because Australians are racist as fuck. But the reason why I'm like, that's like kind of like fine is because at least they admit that they're racist as fuck. And you know, with Koreans and Chinese and all that sort of stuff, it's like basically South African tribalism, man. They just all hate each other with a fucking vengeance. Like, did you know that China has a rule that they are not like they will never fucking use their nuclear war like arms against like other nations except Japan. And you're like, whoa, okay. Oh, that was a bit yikes, but yeah, okay. I kind of like these weapons. I always thought they were kind of shit, but with Rogue Blood, they kind of slap. I take back what I said. I thought that melee weapons functionally sucked outside the Reaper. You know what? Actually, no. You know what? No, I'm wrong. Because I double damaged shit, which means that this is doing like not even double damage. This is fucking doing a massive amount of DPS increase in comparison to what it normally would during a regular match. Especially with crits taken into consideration. Yeah, that's why I'm enjoying it. There's a shortcut beyond the boss. I can see that now. It's here, isn't it? That's cool. You see what I mean? I fucking love this game. I think that's the reason why I got so fucking heated up about it. Because, like, you know, if you don't fucking care about a game, who gives a shit if whether or not UI design is bad? I'm just pissed off because I'm like, bro, I'm too dumb to understand this shit. Can you make it simpler so I can understand? Which I totally get why it seems like a dumbass fucking argument. Also, it becomes a fucking dumb because I play FromSoft games. $76%. Do you have damage reduction? Actually, who the fuck wants damage reduction? And that's 46% is kind of crap. You can feel the power 90 plus. That's the thing. Like, I think, and this is why, like, I wanted to replay the game, and probably like once early access finishes and full game comes out, I want to do a proper review. Because it's kind of okay. Like, it's a weird situation, right? Because the reason why I'm streaming is because I don't know if you have that problem, but when you're working all the time and you're making money, family relationships, all that sort of shit, like finishing a game, it's so hard to justify in my mind. And now because I'm making games, because I'm almost like, fuck this corporate bullshit, I'm like, I kind of need to play games to have a vibe of what's good, what's not, what's fun, what's not, right? So streaming kind of helps me just play a game and finish it. But you can't 100% completionist every game for a review. Because that means you're going to be sinking like, what, anywhere between 80 to 160 hours per fucking game, depending on what game type you review. So you kind of have to draw the line at some point, right? So I'm like, my idea is I play the game blind and experience most of the gameplay mechanics at a baseline, and I just review it like that. Because I know that there's probably a metric ton of stuff that I probably missed. But if the game didn't hook me enough, or there wasn't enough effort, or I didn't understand something enough, etc., 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 whether it's the developer's fault, mine, individual, who like doesn't really matter to me at that point, I just kind of want to move on to the next thing. But I like the combat in this shit so much that I was like, even before the prisoner stuff, I'm like, I want to actually play this game not using sorcery, because I just didn't have a chance to. And then when I realized the prison stuff and the 100% bonuses for Rogue, I'm like, bro, you're saying this third tier basically decreases fucking teleport? That makes melee weapons viable. I was like, fuck, I need to try this now. Have some grubs. Ah, fuck, I need some that shit, don't I? Well, if you want to find high blood easy, you should always fight with the Fang ability. It looks like a Fang, about the name. I thought this just detects stuff around you. This is another thing I didn't realize. For some reason, I automatically presumed if you activated this and activated something else, it would just thing. Because, you know, when you do this, and then you transform, it cancels this ability. So I naturally thought that if I did this, and then turned into wolf form, that it would turn off. It now clicks that that's not the case. That one's on me. Because I just never bothered to playtest it, because I just presumed. You're not it. What does this spawn again? Spectral dust? Spawns this shit. But I don't have the recipe for it. Gotcha. Wolf form does turn it off? Wait. Yes, and you can ride up walls with this ability. Wolf form does turn it off? Okay then. You can't keep it while fighting. It turns on instantly, so you can do it before it fight. Okay, so I wasn't wrong then. That's fair, because like what wound up happening when I was like hunting for blood before, I'd be riding my horse, just like manually checking, right? Because for some reason I knew that ability existed, I just didn't think about using it. But can I have space? Fucking fine. Take your mushrooms. But yeah, I kept on getting shot off my horse, so I started switching to wolf form when I was roaming. And I think I might have tried it then and it deactivated, and I was like, I'm too lazy to do this shit. Constantly turning it off and on again, so I was like, nah, fuck it. I personally feel like it's one of those quality of life things that if they made it into a toggle on off ability, I think would be probably better. Because it doesn't require a huge amount of skill to turn off and on, right? It's just like, you know, you just do it. Okay, what do you need for this shit? Pristine, scales, and ghost gen. Ooh! 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 I forgot about this. And the higher resources multiplies, the higher chance to get 100% blood is. You mean within the server setting, or you mean the worker blood thing? What am I looking for again? This, yes, this, yes. Ghost John. Was there anything else? This. Oh, I need to go. I need to do shroom hunting. Yep. Okay, it's coming back to me. Wait, I can just queue everything? Fuck yeah. Did I? I feel like I misclicked something in the math setting. Yeah, fuck it. I don't really care. Oh, the higher resources multiply is in the server setting, the more higher blood percent you will find. That makes sense, because I set that shit to 500% for most of it, because I was like, fuck this shit. I don't want to grind, hit things constantly. But it's also kind of redundant, as I am noticing now, because apparently I also set the thing for crafting to be irrelevant. Does it use resources? Yeah, it does. Refinement still uses it, but crafting is set to 0 or something. Okay, gotcha. Whatever. Hey. 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 Wake up. Oh, wait. When'd you die? Fucking useless. Joe. I don't even know if I named him that. I had a housemate that actually was autistic. And the motherfucker was actually, the thing is, he was also like, you know, manipulative. So he would always like brainwash and manipulate also girls with autism to have 2 Sims and 3 Sims with them. And he kind of abused them too. And yeah, had a lot of problems with the fella. And eventually, like, I collectively got him to move out. He was also not a very likable character. Like, I know both sides of the story must be heard, all that sort of shit. Just take me for my word for it. He wasn't a likable character. This dumb fuck would have orgy parties in his room when the room fucking, like, walls were thin as fuck. And we complained about the noise. So this dumb cunt would just blare metal music at 3 fucking a.m. in the morning so he could get his dick sucked. And I'm like, dude. Like, I get it, but like, fuck. When we say the noise annoys us, it means we want to sleep. I didn't realize we needed to clarify that we didn't want to. We meant all noise, not just you fucking. Oh, so finally. Hey. He had 0 gear and he didn't invite you? That's rude. I don't know about you, because jokes aside, for the longest period of time, I really tried hard to do the entire, you know, just have sex, drink, party, all that sort of culture, because that's big. That's a big part of like culture in Australia. It's just get fucked, do fuck, or like get fucked, fuck people, that shit. And you know, no longer had religion, all that sort of shit, whatever. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe this shit is actually what I'm missing in my life. Holy fuck. It took me years to realize that if there is no emotional fucking connection when you have sex or something, it is like the most emptiest, hollowest, grossest shit ever. Now, don't get me wrong. If you enjoy it, all power to you, but I can't do it. Like, I'm the type of guy that if someone's just like, oh, yeah, and be like, hey, what do you want to do? It's like, you want some tea? I got some board games. And at this age, I'm like, you know what? I'm fine with this. I don't give a fuck anymore. Call me boring as much as y'all fucking want. I just don't care for that shit. No STD. No pussy is worth getting an STD for. Also, kind of to circle back, I have Val. Don't you love it when they're like, hey, where should my paw thing go? Into the fire. Oh, shit. Now we're good. Is Valheim actually good? Because I remember playing it. I got up to the deer and I got bored. But everyone stands by that game and was like, not gonna lie, I was doing uni, I think, at the time, and I was like, look, I got fucking uni shit to do. When I play a game, I don't want to watch YouTube to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Because once again, I don't like reading. Fully fucking admit this. But you know. Some people act this way here, but I never was one of them. That's fair. I figured the way that you talk that you're not a party guy. Because if you were, why the fuck were you on Twitch? Actually, cancel that fucking statement, because now booby streamers are a fucking thing here. Dude, being a female streamer fucking sucks on this platform, man. The amount of sexual harassment you receive on the daily, regardless of whether or not you show your cleavage or not, is fucking gross. And you hear some of the horror stories of like guys stalking them and giving them death and rape threats constantly, and I'm like, what's your viewer count? And you're like, it's only like at like 50. I'm like, that's the sort of shit you hear. I'm like, man, I don't even know if I want to have a daughter. Because I don't think any fucking human being should deal with that sort of shit. And I don't think that shit's gonna fix anytime soon within my lifetime. I don't know, that shit just grosses me out. I feel so bad because you know, when I was young and ignorant, because I like grew a lot as a person when I worked in the hospitals, and I worked with a lot of women, so you know, I actually talked with women to understand where the fuck they're coming from, instead of like talking to like sexist ass pigs that were like, yeah, all bitches should go into the kitchen. I was like, yeah, that's true. That's what everyone says to me, so it must be true, right? And then I was like, oh wait, no. My mother isn't a rice cooker machine. Fuck. It's amazing how much like you can get brainwashed by dumb shit like that. But fucking hell, dude. Man, women do have it fucking rough. But you read Twilight well, you do have unique taste, I'll give you that. Look, as much as I wasn't fucking with you with that. To give a bit more context though about that. I was living in Korea and they have no good English books. None. And I was a like avid reader when I was a kid. So the only fucking thing that I had to reread was Harry Potter. And a bunch of other random books outside of the children's books that's like, you know, for year 5 kids. It's just like, you know, Geronimo Stilton or those type, or Grug, which is literally like a picture book. So I had Harry Potter. I had Artemis Fowl. I had Percy Jackson. And then my mom was like, hey, this apparently is a bestseller. And that's how I got introduced to fucking Twilight. So, it's one of those things that, as an adult, would I ever fucking put myself through to read that? Nope. But as a kid, and my library fucking, like, limitations were pretty abysmal, yeah, that shit was pretty good. As an adult reading that stuff, I'm like, man, this reads like a fan fiction. Especially after like reading books from like George R. R. Martin or like, although, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you read books, but fucking hell. Everyone loves jerking off Wheel of Time. That book is, it's got some cool concepts in it, but man, is it boring after like book 3 or 4. Like, if people enjoy it, all power to them, but man, it's like action and cool stuff and then just politics. Not even the fun politics, just politics. You should go in the kitchen if they are hungry. That's such an interesting point. So, like, my partner was telling me this. And different generation gaps and cultures use the ... differently. And it fucking made so much sense. Because if you know, with like when I was like 19, 20 something-ish year, like 21 years old, and a chick was like ... I'm like, I'm fucked. Oh fuck, I fucked up. Shit, fuck, what do I do? So you know, when my seniors or like my 30 to 40-year-old colleagues would say ... I thought I fucked up. It was only until like recently that she was like, yeah, it fucking bugs me that they only use the ... to portray sarcasm or laughing. And I'm like, why wouldn't they put a smiley face or haha or kek or lol? They just use ... And that's why I was like, why the fuck are you using ... Oh yeah, you're 30. Makes perfect fucking sense. Or maybe that's just like, you know, a Lithuanian thing. I don't fucking know. Oh, dude, the amount of times in Korean, 니가 means you. It was like, you did or you were? Fuck. The amount of times I'd be talking Korean and a bunch of Aboriginal kids would be passing by and they're like, the fuck? And I was like, bro, I know how this looks. Or like, I think the Korean word for fuck is very similar to the Chinese word of, have you eaten yet? There's an ongoing joke with my Chinese friends. It was like, fuck you. And they're like, yeah, it's pretty good. I think, yeah, it was pretty good. Lunch was good. Salad, recommend it. Fuck. Devoted? You mean dead? Okay, I'm actually generally curious. Is Rogue and Scholar Blood the best bloods in the game? Because at first I thought only Scholar Blood was good, but now kind of testing some of like the other weapons out a little bit more, I have a distinct feeling that Rogue and Scholar are probably the most busted fucking blood types. Nigari. You meant wrong. Nigari. Yeah. Ooh, golden chest. I love the fucking mind of a squirrel. I don't even give a shit what's in it. I'm just like, chest. Yes. You read it so wrong. Nigirai? Nigrai? Nigrai? Nigirai? Dude, I love language. Like, I think if you're European, you get it because you're like so like in close proximity with different like cultures and different languages. But man, Australians being the racist cunts they are, fuck, it's rough, dude. And not to mention, you know, going back to Korea, they're all fucking racist too. So you're like, whoo, pronunciation stuff. But what was it? I distinctly remember I was playing a game, and I was like, I made an in-house joke with my friend, cause she studies like Japanese, right? And I was just like, I'm kawaii. You're so kawaii though. So like, you know, kawaii means cute, but kawaii means scary. So I was digging at my friend that he looked like an ugly bastard, and he just didn't click. I was like, you said the exact same word, and we were just losing our shit. Cause like, shut up. No, don't run away. Don't run away. No, wait, you're on the wrong one. Fuck, why do you have to run over there? Fine. Okay, I'm gonna try to kill this dude as fast as humanly fucking possible, and then I'm gonna steal your blood. Do not. Why are you positioned right next to him, you dumb cunt? Run away! What the fuck? What? What? Oh. Hey, you bitch. Don't get near here, woman! I want to make you my slave in my hentai dungeon. And feed you rats. Fuck. Don't fuck. No, bitch! Bitch! Why'd you do that? It's very simple, exactly the way it's spelled. I don't know how to fucking pronounce that. Nigirai. Okay. Are you? Did the 82% at least survive? I don't need your money. I need your blood. Fuck. He killed both the 82 and the 84. If you guys don't transform to an 82%, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna use my brain. I'm so sad. Yeah, check with the fang. Yeah, yeah. I'm so used to like I'm checking it manually. Wow, look how easy it is now. Fuck off. If you didn't realize that I was kidding, I was joking. Okay. Fuck. Okay, so it does deactivate. Yeah, you're right. My 84%, man. That shit hurt. Give me something. I'm never gonna financially recover from this. I'm not 84. That's pretty potent. Exactly. Exactly. The fucking dude Kamehameha the bitch into oblivion. You'd think holy damage wouldn't damage human beings. But then again, fire does, you know, it's not like human beings have a built-in flame resistance, so. That's fair. Oh fuck, I love how much I love it so much that I don't have to individually fucking 84 100% 100% 100% 100% You just stay alive. Stay alive. Stay alive. Stay fucking alive. You do not die. Do you understand me? I don't care. I don't care. I'm not thinking with my brain. I'm not thinking with my brain. I'm not using logic and reason. I don't care. Fucking fuck. No, 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 no. Come here. Get off. We're fucking Metal Gear Rising this shit. No, 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 you motherfucker! Don't you dare! Please, no, no, no. Just none of the fire bitches. None of the fire bitches. Please, none of the fire bitches. I don't just no, 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 no. Woman, hurry, run! I'm going to save your life. Come with me if you wish to live. Fuck, where's my horse when you need one? Kill it. Also, others can kill your prisoner while you escort her and you can't teleport with prison. Body block? Yep. Yep. Ah, fuck! Fuck! That's the thing, like, I was one of the things that I was saying that is, like, more of a nitpick than an actual, like, negative. Fuck! Gotta kill her. No, no, no. Body. No, no! Don't you fucking dare! Just come here. Don't walk into the fire. Oh yeah, I can't use POWs. But oh you bitches. Yeah, shoot here, shoot here, shoot here. Don't walk into the fire, you dumb bitch! Fucking get out of it! What the why are you 96%? Does it make me a bad person if I look at you a loser? No. I'd say that that is a base human experience. If you laugh, you have every fucking right to laugh. I will hate you. But I will not hate you. Fuck. This is way more intense than Solaris. I'm actually clenching my butt cheeks here. I'm like, don't let me lose this. It's like, holy fuck. I've never seen 100% scholar. Ever. Ever. Fuck, no, 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 no. Okay, if I run past these guys, it should be fine, right? But yeah, that's just you being a smart salesperson. Like, dude, if I was playing PvP, I'd 100% do that shit. Supply and demand, baby. Thank you. No, no, where the fuck? Where am I going? Shh, shh, shh. Game, if you fucking crash on me right now. You still here? Thank you. No, 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 no. We're still good. 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 We're still calm. We're still zen. They hit her. They hit her. Fuck. No, no, no. Get past the stone golem. Get past the stone golem. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. No! Did you reach blood drain in game setting? Yeah, because I was just like, for me, I never really, I saw one 100% worker type. And once again, I didn't know the prison mechanic existed when I made this map. And I was like, I just don't care. If I see a like level 46, I just want to fight. Like, now that I know this exists, I'll fucking delete that shit. I'll like reset it. No, 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 no. Fuck. What do I do? Alright, can I run this way? Come on. Come here. Thank God I made a fucking pathway through here. Oh God. Come here. Come in. Come in. Come in. Now that's gameplay. This is why I'm not a content creator. Because if I was, I would have accidentally clicked the kill and I would have gone viral. But I don't give two fucks about that $100 from YouTube revenue. I want that 100% blood, bro. That shit tight. This is the thing. Now I understand. This is kind of fun. Before I didn't understand the fucking like mechanics and shit like that, so I just thought it was tedium. Now, I dig it. To the point that I'm probably going to remake a new video kind of addressing it. And also, if you close the door, she will teleport in. Gore rats are enough to get the math, unless you're very unlucky. Yeah, personally, I love hunting for 100% blood. Dude, that, like I said, if I knew that mechanic existed, I would have spent a large chunk of time doing that stuff. Don't die on me, please. You know, I don't want to risk it. The first time I tried this mechanic, I accidentally killed a prisoner. You're fine. Yeah, personally, it's perfect for hunting and listening to YouTube or Netflix stand-ups. That's a weird thing about streaming, right? Because you can't really listen. Because I like listening to music while I play games and watching podcasts and game analysis videos. But you can't really do that when you're streaming. And sometimes, like right now, I'm enjoying the conversation with you. But like most nights, no one really... Who the fuck scrolls down to the bottom of Twitch to talk to you? It's usually weirdos or kids that are bored. It's usually that demographic. Or people that just are bored of like whatever the fuck's happening at top and want to come down. But it's most people like the same content over and over again. I don't know. I think it's just human nature in general. But yeah, it's kind of weird because you're like, I'm kind of want something to interact with. But if I listen to music, all my VODs and YouTube videos get DMCA and copyright claimed, and you're like, I don't want that. But I also, you know, just fuck. It's a weird. It's just weird. Oh, look at it. It's so beautiful. Hey, Joe. Fucking dumbass. Like, I love making this. I'm at my floor limit, ain't I? That's why if it's at 40%, I never drain. Dude, yeah, like, I didn't realize it. For like, because once again, don't read. So I was just like, oh, it's at 80% or something, right? I wasn't registering the numbers or anything. I was like, oh, if I click it once and just immediately down, I'm like, and then I read it's like, it has a chance for anywhere between 20-30% to 40-60. I was like, I'll take it. 100% in the wrong. Fuck you guys. you keep it below 40% misery and at 100% HP, you will never kill it. If it's 39, you 100% you are safe. But if it's 40% more and you have very, very low chance to kill her. That explains it. Cause I was like, why did it die? Like fucking what? I was so confused, man. Well, looks like I'm going out fishing. That's why you need to fish. You need to bring rainbow trout or sagefish to reduce misery. I'm gonna say, I never like fishing mechanics in games. Not gonna lie, it's really weak in this game. That's why you need to fish. Yeah, and I always said salt is blood for fishes. Only those 2 types. Come on. Drink one, 100%. Yeah. Dude, I'm just paranoid as fuck. So if it's below 40, you know what? I'm gonna go off on a limb here and not bother reading and just trusting you at a base limit. And if I just insta kill this thing, I will never forgive you.